Maintenance is over and the new update is here. And supposedly there's 19 purchasable hot deal products. The store has been updated and we have a new battle pass, new weapon skins, a really cool morph, and an update to the Ornate Coin shop. Additionally, be aware Christmas is over. All that decoration is gone. Dimensional trials have gone back to the Island of Terror and Void Wastes. Gate of Infinity has gone to Precise Moment. You can claim your weekly rewards and work on your new ones. And Spear did in fact get its new update with Enforcer. A few other weapons got some bug fixes with regards to some of their abilities, which we covered in yesterday's video. So let's check out everything that's to offer. Jumping to the shop, let's have a look at the new Battle Pass. You can purchase the premium for the usual 500 Lucid. Straight away here you can get a new Amitoi, and it's this one right here with a bonus in the desert region. This pass does come with a bunch more runes. You get 20 packs there, and then also the Floss Further Glide Morph. This one I also showed yesterday and will give you 3 growth points, but it is quite a big mishmash between a lot of different animals. It's trying to be a deer, or it's trying to be a horse, it's trying to be a unicorn. I'm not so sure about it. You'll get another bunch of runes here, 100 trait extracts, more runes, and then the pose. This will be where you lie on your side. And then finally, we get the top reward, which is the new outfit. And that's the skin. You can view it here in your mirror boutique. This is on the male character with the decoration and then without the decoration. And then you can also check it for a female character here. Definitely looks a lot better on a female character, at least in my opinion. And yes, you can have the decoration or not. And that's just on the arm piece. And you can of course change all the colors how you want as well. Pretty decent, but we do get with that also then the Violetta Star Shop, and it'll simply give you the ability to buy all of these rewards, which I believe are exactly the same as last time. So no surprises here, and ultimately I would say this battle pass is worth it because it's got 50 tiers and you get a whole load of extra rewards there, including trade unlocks, skill books, growth stones, conversion stones, runes, and it just all adds up to be, pretty good value. Just be aware your star tree pass, you can still get some points on it, and you should now properly be able to spend those points. Contract scrolls, dye, sewing thread, mystic keys, or soul shards. But jumping back to the shop, we can see the return of the Ruler of the North skin. Not such a fan of that one here, but it does look better on a female character, I would say so for sure. And again, you can have that decoration or not. But then we also have the new weapon skins. These ones are pretty cool. This is your new Lucid Spear, your Lucid Greatsword, the Lucid Staff, the Lucid Longbow, the Lucid Sword and Shield, the Lucid Wand and Book, the Lucid Daggers, and the Lucid Crossbows. These will be up for 14 days until January the 23rd. And they're pretty much skins made to fit the outfit from the new Battle Pass here. But then there's this really cool dash morph, like a white lion with some decoration there and a really cool mane. 750 Lucid, but yeah, definitely one of the cooler ones out there. They are rotating through some Amitoids, but none of them are new. We've seen them before. And you can get this Astra swim morph as well, which is returning from a previous sale. So that's something to keep in mind. They generally always re-return their sales. Nothing really remains exclusive. I wouldn't be surprised even if they return, say, Battle Pass items as sales to the shop at some point as well. Even though some games make Battle Pass items like exclusive. Glacial Star is over. You can get your quality recovery crystals for any star crystals you didn't spend, and then the Battle Pass is gone. However, that's not all. Check your Ornate Coin shop. There's been some updates. Quite a few new rewards here. You have the Helix Caproth, basically a flying goat morph. It is only 3 growth points, so be aware that when you spend your Ornate Coins, it's not a must-have. And thankfully, the other rewards are still here, but they now have a timer. You only have 27 days left to get them. So if you really do want them, save up those Ornate Coins for these before the others. There is a new Amitoi here as well. Profound Jolt, and this will give a bonus within the ruins, so definitely not a must-have. There are an absolute ton of them with bonuses in the ruins, and that's the new emote, just clapping their gesture. Congrats, basically. There is the title, Glamorous, and the other one, Star Powered. But then, in terms of material rewards, we have Omnipotence growth books. Max per month is just going to be 10, and you can get training due as well. Max per month is 40, and this gives 10,000 points. And then there are runes. You pay 50 coins for 10 runes, and these are just blue. And the max you can buy is 10 packs. So yeah, you can get 100 runes here. And then curry powder for your cooking recipes. And yeah, that's it for the updates. We still have everything else here in the Ornate Coin shop, but this is really good. But just be aware again, 27 days left on those older items. This Morph, this Amitoi, and these 2 titles. I assume once they're gone, they're gone. But of course, they may very well return on a sale for Lucid if people ask enough for it. Now be aware, the event exchange merchant is still here. Just like the Halloween event, we get 1 more week restock of the rewards here, so that's really good. Hopefully you listened before and actually saved some of these wreaths to be able to buy all this stuff, because yeah, it's very high value. And at this point, just spend all your wreaths. This guy should be gone by next week, as that's when also the currency expires. 6 days, 16 hours by now. Just be aware his restock is 6 days, 13 hours, 32 minutes, and the expiration of the starter wreaths is 6 days and 15 hours. So maybe if you log in within that time frame where he restocks and your currency is actually not expired, you might be able to get another purchase of the rewards. Worth a shot if you have extra star wreaths, and then maybe don't consider buying these cosmetics if you don't have enough to get those, and next week's again. But that's a gamble. Make sure to reveal your weekly rewards and check what you got. I honestly barely had enough time to play last week and didn't even get a 7th trial, which is a bummer because now I'm missing out on 50 runes. Claim those rewards and be sure to work on your next week's ones. Again, doing those 7 trials is generally the most important thing here. You just want to be getting those runes. At least if you haven't maxed them out already. There is a trick you can do with the dimensional trials if you're prepared for it. You can jump straight to like tier 15. You can join a group or have somebody open the instance for you and immediately get all of the first clear reward points. Anything beyond tier 15 only gives 10 more points, and so is not worth doing. But yes, you ideally want to clear tier 15 on every single dimensional trial to maximize these points. Something I personally still need to do. I need to get some time for that, get a group together, and ultimately getting all of these runes here from this achievement rewards helps massively just to get all of those runes near enough to level 60. Just make sure you're prepared as you do get some new extra mechanics here. In order to make the most of the new spear update, we have Unyielding Sentinel with the option to have Enforcer. This is going to be something for PvP. Those of you playing PvE, you'll still generally want Sentinel's Bastion, particularly against those bosses. 200 extra heavy attack. Without that, yes, you could cast this more often with say an 18-second cooldown versus a whopping 33-second cooldown, and so you'd be able to spam the shield more often. But you would then only gain like 130 heavy attack chance and only for 3 seconds. Versus the Sentinel's Bastion, which is then for 6 seconds and it's 200. And it's generally in those boss fights where you want this. So I would still just stay with Sentinel's Bastion and Unyielding Shield. And only for your PvP setup do you want to have Enforcer with that shield. But of course, if you're mob clearing, you can leave it with just the base, as that'll give you a ton more heavy attack when you're fighting multiple enemies, up to 5 targets, and then also give you that shield with a lower cooldown, so you can generally pop this for nearly every mob group. Just be aware, for PvP you don't always want to use Enforcer. If you're running large scale and can just jump on the back line, so those bow users, those staff users, you probably don't need Enforcer, because all it does is give you extra hit chance for 6 seconds, and you can increase the duration whenever you take hits. But if you don't need the hit chance because your enemies are not stacking melee evasion, which backline damage dealers don't usually do, then you're better off just with the heavy attack chance for all the enemies that are around you. And having a lower cooldown means you can cast this more often, you can gain the shield more often, and just overall more survivability. And the heavy attack will just help you deal more damage. So Enforcer is primarily good for just arenas, which is small scale. You will find a lot more people running melee evasion, or just out in the world, the little skirmishes. You may also run into people running melee evasion. And then Nimble Steps, something I'll need to upgrade and use for PvP now, as it'll give you a ton of ranged evasion on top of giving you that collision and bind resistance. And this is whenever you use a movement skill, so like your dash. Your Shadow Strike should work with that, but it actually might not, because Shadow Strike doesn't seem to proc the movement passives from Dagger, and it actually does proc it. Very nice. So be sure to run it in PvP. Oh, they did fix that. Shadow Strike does trigger Shadow Walker. I believe it didn't in the past. You can see Shadow Walker. But that's ultimately it for this update. I was hoping for a bit more, like the Mastery update or the Resonance update, or even the introduction of some tier 2 gear. There's still an absolute ton of content that this game is going to get as per what Korea already has. So the content's pretty much just there. It's just waiting to be introduced for us. Some people want it now. Some people want it to wait a bit. I'm personally free to play and pretty much maxed out, and I have quite a few gear kits nearly maxed out as well, like PvP, PvE, melee evasion, ranged evasion, and I even have some healer skills and a wand and book upgraded to be a bit of a budget healer too. So we've had plenty of time since the launch of the game to catch up, at least if you're using your time efficiently. And you can check my weekly missions, and I'm barely getting the minimum done because, yeah, I barely play more than like an hour or 2 per day. But thanks all for watching. A special thank you to all these channel members for your extra support. I will see you guys around. Goodbye for now.